preparing to enter the Crystal Realm. Excellent. New components.
Stellaris has had a weird relationship with its spin-offs, from the Infinite Frontiers book to the somewhat strange Stellaris Galaxy Command that's only available on mobile. The thing is that previous spin-offs really didn't have a lot to do with the main Stellaris game outside of the name. A few terms here and there, but that would essentially be it. Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game, as the name implies, is a true Stellaris spin-offs that takes its source material seriously. This may come as a bit of a surprise, since Stellaris is a galactic empire management game, whereas Ghost Signal is far more limited in scope and is more akin to playing a event chain from the main game. Of course, I need to do my due diligence. The developers saw the original video that I did on this particular title, and because of that they sent me a meta quest to do an overview of this particular game. So keep that in mind whilst this is going on. In addition to that, because of the way the quest records things may look a little bit wonky. Basically, it records the left eye only because there's two screens involved. That's why the game may feel a little bit zoomed in at times. Later on in the video, the footage gets a little bit wider, so keep an eye on that. You are the captain of the Aurora, a small ship that detects a signal somewhere outside of known space, and are tasked to, by everybody's favorite tutorial AI, Veer, to explore the anomaly and see what the cause of it is. You are woefully under-equipped for the job, and you will have to find new equipment, weapons, and friends on the way as you fly from system to discover new events, enemies, creatures, and mysteries. Now, first off, as I was talking about limited scope, as this game is different from Stellaris, this is a roguelite. Yes, Ghost Signal is a roguelite. Every single time you start a quote-unquote run, you don't just go on a self-contained journey, but work towards a larger upgrade system in order to survive longer on your subsequent other runs. If you're familiar with this type of game, you'll pick this up quite easily. Now, let's take a look at some of the tools that you have at your disposal. Combat is fairly straightforward. Enemies have hull and shield. You use a laser on the shields and kinetics on their hull. Repeat until they explode. You also have a scanner, which you can use to pick up the resources those enemies drop, or scan asteroids and interact with the world to get more resources. There's also a booster that makes your ship go faster in order to dodge enemies and their kamikaze attempts. And finally, you have a missile that you can essentially use to clear any major enemy in the room, which is very useful in a pinch. Now, at first this all seems very simple, and it kinda is until you start modifying your ship with new components. Do you want to use lasers to stun your enemies? Do you want bullets to bounce off and hit more than one target? Would you like decoys to follow you? Would you like a small space dragon that helps you fight your enemies? There are dozens of upgrades for your ship, some of the weapons as mentioned above, some for your utility systems, for like armor, shields, and all that sort of stuff. Speaking of which, like your enemy, you have two layers of defense, shields and armor. In classic Stellaris style, shield regens, armor does not. If you lose all your armor, the game is over and you go back to the start for yet another run. You can replenish your armor through utility systems or through NPCs that can spawn throughout your journey. Now there's also negative items that you can pick up, which will actively damage your systems. You kind of need to get them removed. Yeah, and you have to pay for that. So enjoy getting your reduced shields, which then have a knock-on effect on everything else because you can't really fix anything, and oh no, you're dead again. So in classic roguelike fashion, the game also has several mini-bosses, though I wish they were a little bit more randomized, and there were a couple more of them. Every single one of them gates a new region of space with 3 major regions until you get to the source of the Ghost Signal. And this is also where my main critique for the game lies. As you know, you're going to get in... you always know what kind of system you're going to get into from the world map. It's very clearly shows you what you're going to get: a combat room, a special room, an elite enemy, a space creature, etc. It's rather forgiving, which is something you usually don't see with these type of games. Now, the roguelike elements also very extensive, with updates on your ships that allow you to do things like auto-collecting resources or being able to set more paths whilst in a system, basically unlocking the spawning of more upgrades that you can find that you didn't have before, to more simple things like you start with more resources and you can use to upgrade your systems while playing. And every single upgrade does make you stronger and will put you in a better position in every single run, which is obviously very, very useful. Now, in order to do this, you will need to fight enemies. They drop experience. You collect that experience, which you then spend on the aforementioned setup. Now, overall, I think it's very important to me that Ghost Signal shows that Stellaris spin-offs can be good and faithful to the Stellaris franchise, and it's something that I personally have been burned on in the past, as you know, other games didn't really have the soul of Stellaris there. This game is very much about discovering what is out there, something that is sitting around the stars, because it's beautiful, it's very good looking, and it's all about exploration and the things that you find on the way.
Our trajectory should put us well outside its gravitational pull, yet we are trapped in it, and fast approaching the event horizon due to some unknown phenomenon. There is no easy way out of this one, Captain. Repurposing some ship technology might protect against damage, but it will be lost in the process.
And one could argue that it's very much a skin for a space shooter. You can make that argument for basically anything when it comes to any sort of franchise. I think it's a really good addition to Stellaris as a whole, and I kind of hope that there are elements from this game that we're going to be seeing in the main series. So who knows, maybe that would be really cool. So, one of the other things is, it's available on the MetaQuest 2 for $19.99, which is a great price range. There's not a lot of games for that price range available, and it's a bit of a shame that the game sadly is not available on more platforms at this moment in time. It's a solid title with a lot of potential for more content down the line, and it will keep you busy for weeks. As mentioned, Ghost Signal Stellaris Game is available on MetaQuest 2 for $19.99. However, all of that may be a little bit confusing, so let's do a run, shall we? Let's kick things off and see if we can actually make it to the Ghost Signal itself. So hold on to your butts, we're going in. Okay, so 2 hours, 18 minutes on this daily mission. So, in this particular game, in Ghost Signal, there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment. We can do some research on our ship, see if there's any cool stuff that we can design, etc., and whether or not we can take a look at our ship. There's the Aurora. Look at that sexy ship. Isn't she looking nice? But there's also stuff like, we can go through some of the creatures that we have seen throughout the galaxy and some of the things that we've picked up. This one over here I quite like. Jack of all trades. Very, very nice. But the daily journey. We're not going to be taking the standard campaign at the moment. The daily journey is basically something that pops up every single day. You'll have the ability to go into a daily journey, and there will be a ranking, etc. Let's take a look here at the global. There is a Sarah from FTG, Fast Travel Games, who apparently has gotten 700 points on the board, which is just not acceptable. We're going to need to do better than that. All the items on the map are being hidden by the modifiers for today. Our blaster has infinite ammunition, and we got dragon scale armor, level 2 from the start of the game, which gives us I think 6 to 7% of hull back every single time we join a sector. So we're just going to go and play as that. We may not get very far, we may get super far, who knows, but it's just a showcase to see where we can get, and if you guys like it, hell, maybe we'll do more of this sometime in the future. Let's use our scanner if there's anything cool nearby. There's some resources, some enemies, so we'll just very quickly set up some pathing here, and we'll just kick them. These enemies don't have any shields, which is great for us because we are blaster focused, which means that we can just take them down and just casually hoover up all their resources. Very exciting stuff. 1, 2, 3. Shoot some laser up to you. The shield will go. Shields will respawn between sectors anyway. Jack's Bond. I love this one. It will turn to Jack of all trades. which I pointed out earlier, ironically. So there is something that's cool. The time slows down when you're piloting ship moving or plotting ship movement. So that's at least something to keep in mind. Let's do a quick scan here. There's some resources in the back. Nothing we needed to be too afraid of, except for this guy over here, because he will try to ram me and just knock out all of my shields. Maybe my armor too, if we're not too careful, but I'm not really too concerned about it, because once again, in this particular version, I've got infinite blasters. So he says as his shields go down. Okay, cool. We got some resources again. How much do we have now, sir? 61. Okay. We'll go down the middle. It's probably going to be an elite. Wouldn't be surprised if it is. Would be unfortunate, but, you know. It's a creature. Okay. So this creature likes to... It's an Ether Drake, obviously. Every single item in this area has stuff in it. So we will want to take all of these resources as fast as we can before the Ether Drake decides to, you know, mine it with its breath weapon, basically. We can move the camera around pretty efficiently here. You need to go away. We'll just quickly do an intercept on that. There you go. Make sure that this is in position. Thank you. Immediately continue mining. We need to get these resources. Like, this is, like, right now we're basically just casually moving through the galaxy, right? So we want to... The enemies are not too difficult at this stage. Let's scan this dragon. We already have dragon armor anyway, so it's not going to be the end of the world. So we do get some resources out of it, so that's nice. But we need to mine all of this stuff as soon as we can, because we need all of this stuff through our mission to the ghost signal. By the way, if we do make it to the ghost signal, I will probably not go all the way and show you, because this will probably be the very first video of ghost signal that you're going to be seeing, which is why I don't necessarily want to spoil the final boss. I've only seen them once in my hours of playing during normal mode, because normally I don't play daily challenge, so this is something to keep in mind. Rapid Special, Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark is against organics. Rapid Special is against booster, anti-laser plating. I don't really care about, and I don't really want to waste my resources on this, so we'll just continue onwards, see what we can find. Nice Dyson Sphere, by the way, there, Xenos. Well done on that one. How long did that take you to build? Probably quite some time. Cool. Alright, let's get some distance here. Let's just make sure that we get some vision here. That's nice. Get this going. Okay. Get the kinetics running. Like, the kinetics do have a range on them. But they have limited range, which, you know, makes sense. They do quite a lot of damage to armor anyway, and armor is of course the thing that keeps you alive. So this guy's got a lot of shields. We'll just quickly scan here. Cool. Extra missile. And that's just a standard reptilian cruiser. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. Like, these early rooms are fairly easy. Like, nothing to really write home about. It's a second sector where stuff starts to get a little bit more difficult. As soon as we get past the first mini-boss anyway. And I do wish there were more mini-bosses, or they were more randomized. Right now there is like 2 or 3, and like I said, I do wish there were more of them. That's a battleship coming in. Just need to be a little bit careful here. They do like to shoot those missiles. But we are better than them. We should always consider ourselves better than them, you know, because we are us and they are them, and we are a small ship, but we are a cool ship. We're a hero ship, which makes us the best in the universe. Cheeky little scan here. You're dead. Cool. Some more enemies coming in. For some reason, they're raining down just missiles on me, which I'm not even going to use. Ah! Okay, so that's bad. That's something you don't want to do. You definitely want to make sure that your pathing is good, so that the enemy just doesn't just straight up ram into you. Thankfully, shield does regen between sectors, so I will get it back. But if that hit my hull, oh boy, I'd be up, you know, something without a paddle. So that's something we would want to avoid. By the way, every single time I look upwards like this, it's because I'm looking at my monitor so I can see what the audio line is like. Because, yeah, I'm not actually recording audio straight onto the Quest. Because, you know, it doesn't necessarily... the Quest kind of merges all the audio together. That's a big enemy. Nothing that we can do about that at the moment. Cool. Let's just make sure that we kill this cruiser, and there's a battleship coming in as well. So let's just make sure all the shields are dead. As the void spawn is making a lot of noise right now. The game does a pretty decent job emulating like the rock paper scissors components of, you know, the grand strategy game. Let's give you a scan. What have we got here? Okay. Shield pusher. Damages and pulses, pushes all enemies away if your shield is depleted. Alrighty. So Jack of all trades will unlock soon as well. So it will give us a flat 15% bonus on everything, which is pretty huge. That's a mission.
Captain, our scans have detected the ruins of an abandoned. The data suggests that they will. It is unlikely we will find anything of much value here. The expedition was unsuccessful in finding any. Clear for hyperlane travel at your command.
Basically, just a mission. Nothing too crazy. Basically, it's just asking, hey, do you want some hull repairs or do you want an item? Always go for an item in this particular case, of course, unless your hull is pretty darn damaged. But we're all full. That's a battleship. Sure that we get maximum damage in there. Into both the armor and the shields. There we go. Shields are down. Time to attack the Death Star's main reactor. There's a reference to Return of the Jedi. Oh, this is stupid. Why the hell did I do that? I need to not be so aggressive. Alright, this cruiser is trying... I think this is like one of the classic Swiss Army knife cruisers. It does look like one. For those of you who are not aware, Swiss Army knife cruisers were basically the best possible cruisers you could build all the way up to 2.0, and then Stellaris was basically ripped a new one and they were no longer as good. But the Swiss Army knife cruisers were awesome.
Choose carefully, Captain.
Oh, Jack of all trades was born. That is excellent. Then we can upgrade Jack of all trades immediately. Cool, thank you. And I will talk to you up here. And I've upgraded the amount of missiles that I can get. And then we could go to the boss. Those are the Tinkerers, by the way, that I just rushed through in about 15 seconds. If you want to know what they're up to, make sure you play the game. Alrighty, we got the Chimera. First mini-boss. They will spawn a bunch of things, and this is one of the enemies that I really hope is going to get into the grand strategy game. Because it's just really, really cool, and I cannot wait to build ships specifically to counter this setup, because, you know, one bit does kinetic weapons and the other one does lasers and missiles, like this one over here. That's very cute. Okay, let's move sure with this. You, let's shoot a missile towards you, and then I'll immediately start working on the shields on this one. That's good. Okay, cool. So we're trying to get the shields down on the Chimera at the moment. Okay. And we've already lost all of our shields, which means that any further hit is going to start eating into our armor, which is not great at all. And we need to shoot a missile at you. There you go. Thank you. So that should kill him. There we go. Okay. That's another Chimera module down. They will shoot a bunch of missiles at me. And let's hope that we can get them all. Okay, good. Man, you're such a pretty ship. You're such a pretty ship. I like you. You're like a science ship on steroids. You get another missile. And then the Chimera core. And that's the first mini-boss. Now, it may seem pretty easy to kill it. First few times, I ran in a lot of trouble. Volatile blaster. Yes, give me explosions galore. I can't upgrade it at the moment, which is a bit unfortunate, but yeah, volatile blaster is great because all of our blaster shots, which are infinite, of course, can do crazy explosions all over the place, and basically our blaster is just awesome now. So, what do we got?
Trader ahead.
Trader, Iron Will. Reduces damage from enemy. Yes, I will take that actually. Because the bit that we're in now, this sector, does has a suspicious amount of explosions in it. So anything that we can do to reduce that is actually really good. Alright, let's take a look. What do we got? Scan Reno. Nothing. Okay, so you are already putting some laser damage on me. That's not good. Let's make sure that we clear you out as fast as possible. Yeah. I like how they use Colossus models for this. Very okay. Very creative. Very original. Okay. Shields. All the shields have been depleted, which means that at this point in time we can just use blasters for everything. Super casual, super nice. Try it again. Let's boost out of there. Shoot some stuff on the way out. And this bit has the annoying habit of doing cluster explosions. Like the explosions can get out of control real quick here if you're not careful. So let's just make sure that we get all those resources going. There you go. Alrighty. And the last one. And scan that up. Good. 166. I do want more explosions on my stuff. Explosions making explosions into explosions with infinite blaster is definitely the way to go. Alrighty, what do we got? An event. Okay. Greetings. It appears your chosen path is most serendipitous. That's a big word for somebody with such weird hands. You brought us the opportunity for a singular opportunity. Okay. Is that so? I'm sure as you are aware, this is a dangerous part of the galaxy, and I just happen to be an expert in high-impact weaponry. Really? I can get 2 max missiles, plus a defect, or I can spend 100 credits for an additional missile. I am cool with the missile. Guess we'll never know.
I think we can move out.
Cool. Any resources? Yes. Let's quickly scan that. Excellent. And Jack of all trades is, again, with the clutch, so good. Probably one of my favorite things in the game. It's just so powerful. Plus 15%. Like anything above 10 in any game is already pretty high. But plus 15% flat on everything is just goated. That's the battleship. Okay. Oh, no, that is not a battleship. That is a oh no ship. Do I still have any? Okay, I still have missiles. But you are big, you are gorgeous. But we will need to get out of this bullet hell situation. Make sure that we do have like a nice pseudo orbit. And really? Did you just... Here, have a missile for your troubles. Okay, he just spawned like a million little strike craft at me. And this is why I like this particular map. Explosions, please, thank you. Explosions everywhere. It's particularly funny if they all like spawn in the weird areas and they all like explode into each other. It does come with some weird effects. I'm not moving right now because he was just friggin' frigates, so he won't be able to do all that much to me. And my shield is still in a good spot, so. Any other enemies? No? Well. Where are you? Okay. Just some default enemies, nothing crazy. Alrighty, that's fine. 1, 2, 3.
Threads terminated.
Good.
Which do you
Anti-blaster plating or shield booster? I will take the shield booster. And we should probably upgrade that as well. Like, plus 80% on a shield booster is crazy good. So we're on our way to the second boss. It's still a little ways away, but this is where the game starts to get more annoying and complicated. Not necessarily annoying, but more challenging. Laser reactor, blaze missiles. What's aggressive aura? I will definitely take a 30% damage to nearby enemies. Thank you very much. And we'll just go in. I do definitely feel that this is the way the game should be played, not knowing what's going to come in your general direction. Like, it's an unknown piece of space. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. That is something to be scanned. What do we got? Yeah, don't worry, the audio is moving. Greetings, traveler. I am Balcor. Okay, cool, Balcor. So, for 50 credits, we can get a max increase on our armor. Or we can talk to this other guy, who is like, for 50 credits, we can increase your shields. By 30% max shield. Armor is the most important thing that we have. Shields regen, though. So shields are basically just...
indicate that Jagsu made the enhancements by stripping some of the hull's plating. Now we know why he wasn't letting anyone...
Oh, great.
Ready to move out, Captain.
Anyway, anything involving that you can, involving boosting your shields is a good idea. Is a good idea, definitely. All right, what do we got? Enemies, standards, no elites. Oh, okay. Well, as he says, these guys like to split in twain. Not that we can't handle that. Just need to make sure that we're careful enough around it. 1, 2, 3. And the next one. 1, 2, 3. Good.
We are not done
Very
yet,
nice. Okay, cool. And the last one. Like, again, I know these enemies fairly well and their patterns. So this may look easy. I can guarantee you it is definitely not. It can be really annoying to really handle these enemies and see how they actually function. It is a learning process. Can I get a beastie? Beastie would be nice. What do we got? No beastie. Just a standard enemy at the moment. They are trying to take down my shield, which is unfortunate. The small stuff does need to die pretty quickly. Otherwise, they are going to just ruin my shield. There we go. But this guy does really love his missiles, but now he's going to split in twain again. The faster we can kill him, the better. And the other ones, same enemy.
Indication of additional threats.
Really, Veer, an indication of additional threats. You don't say. Okay, we got the split going on. Let's just speed up here so that we can dodge all those. Yeah, we got the cluster explosions. ability. Twin missiles,
Trust your
shield
instincts,
breaker.
Captain.
Increase? Yeah, definitely. Blaster damage against enemy shields? Definitely. Up to 40, 60% is what I read. It's definitely not insignificant. We definitely want to get something like that. It's going to help us a lot. Another trader? What do you
Let us
got?
hope for some good wares, Captain.
Shield catalyst salvage expert. Yes. If you are familiar with games like FTL, which this clearly leans on, anything that we can use to increase our salvage and or scrap, the better. So, yeah. Okay, we can't actually use any of these guys.
The Tinkerers will stop bickering.
So, kinetics or shield or lasers. I should go with kinetics. I'll explain very shortly what I mean by that. So, yeah. Welcome to the Crystalline Juggernaut. So the Crystalline Juggernaut is a Juggernaut who has been crystallized. And he is going to cause us a lot of pain very quickly. I have died so many times against this guy, it's not even funny. Thankfully, we now have the ability to do a reasonable amount of damage pretty quickly because we have been very, very proactive in upgrading our ship. These balls need to die, by the way, because they will spawn enemy ships, and if we don't do anything about them, they will become highly problematic, and it will become bullet hell very, very quickly. Okay, cool. We got 1 missile on him, 2 missile on him, and we need to make sure this small stuff dies super quickly. 1 missile got intercepted. Can just... oh, goddamn. I need to kill this. I need to kill these before they spawn more ships. And they will. This is very problematic. I need to kill the Juggernaut. I need to focus on the Juggernaut, otherwise I'm going to die. I need to focus on the Juggernaut. Infinite weapons. Oh, my shield has gone down, which means it stuns all the enemies. Because of the modules that I picked up. Juggernaut's dead. It will now try to kill me. Yep. And boost out of there. Very nice. Thank you, Juggernaut. Thanks for coming.
Nice work, Captain.
We'll do a nice little scannerino there.
Trust your instincts.
Shield catalyst or missile guiding system. Chance of restoring the ship's shields if depleted per sector. That's actually not bad at all. Not bad at all, indeed. Let's go to the next one. So now we get to the crystalline area, which is just another region like we had just now, except the enemies are becoming more and stronger, basically. They are lithoid based, basically, which is pretty annoying. Especially when we get to some of the stronger enemies. Like, I think the one that's about to jump in. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Can I please hit you? That'd be nice. Basically, those guys are just more of those ramming ships from before, except now they're pointy and do a lot more damage. So there you go. He's just trying to ram me. He looks so hot, though. Looks very, very, very good. And now it becomes a game of prioritizing our targets. Like, what do we want to target first? Okay, he's taking our shields down. And having no shields is problematic. We don't have any other stuff that we can do. Let's make sure we do a quick scan. He will try to burn us down. Let's just quickly get on his ass and see if we can. Okay, and there's another one down there. Let's see if we can reposition ourselves a little bit. Okay, shields are down. Oh my god, did you just respawn? Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I am not gonna make it to the ghost signal at this rate. I did not pay attention when I needed to.
Detected.
Really? You're going to do... Going to do this... Again, like... Managing... Oh my god, I'm so low on HP. And then this guy is going to try to heal them all. Am I going to make the 700 points to make it on the leaderboard? I hope so, but... Oh, I'm dead. Very nice. That's the Aurora. Dead in the water. Because of you over there. All of a sudden, we're inside of a red tunnel that is ghost signal orientated. What does that remind me of? Something contingency. So I'm on top of the leaderboard now. 2,740. Suck it down from FTG. I am clearly better than you on today. And we're having a lot of fun. Actually, like 3 to 4 times as good. Yeah. Excellent. So yeah, that's Ghost Signal, Stellaris Game. If you want to see more of this, like, you know, I'm really tempted to just do like a run, like maybe once or twice a week. You know, we can go full Northern Line or something along those lines, and just spend like the next 15 years playing nothing but the Binding of Isaac. Except this time around, it's going to be this. You know, that's an option. Of course, you know, we keep an eye on things because this game is pretty darn fun. And yeah, if you have the MetaQuest 2, you should probably go and check it out. Especially if you're already watching Stellaris content anyway. This is very much a different spin on things, and I really do feel that it expands on the universe in meaningful ways, which is desperately needed for this franchise to just see more stuff for the game. And I hope that more people get to enjoy it in the future as well. In the meantime, we're going to go and log off here. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take good care of yourselves. And as always, I can do new research.